This is going to affect every person and every business in the country and really in the world.
Whether or not you acknowledge that this is a potential reality, it's not like you can prepare for that.
We did not budget for a global pandemic.
It's really hard to say what the ultimate impact is going to be on small businesses just because we don't know how long this is going to last. I can do this for a week, I could do this for 2 weeks, I can't do this for 3 months. There's been a significant impact in Sisters and everywhere else. I mean, people have lost jobs, lost income, and it's been a tough haul for a lot of folks, and that's real and that's going to be ongoing. But I don't think that it's been as catastrophic as we might have feared back in March. I think a lot of people thought there's just no way we can survive this, but it didn't take very long for people to start figuring out how they might survive it or keep their head above water long enough for things to change.
Every day there were 3 or 4 new developments, and you were just constantly adjusting. I never felt like our business was going to fail and other businesses were going to make it. Like if we were going to fail, it was because everything was going to fail. Pretty quickly on, it became clear that that probably wouldn't be the case just through the community support.
When we miss the spring break season, that's often the beginning of our season, when everyone's kind of living on the skim for a little while, and then they can oh, spring break, we're starting to sell more, there's more people, and then we didn't get to have that.
Particularly for places that are built on community and gathering, it really required a full reimagining of the role of a place like this is in a community like Sisters.
We didn't know how bad it was going to get. It was obviously hard to make sense of the news, and there's a health pandemic, there's an economic shutdown, so there's 2 incredibly massive external factors. There was certainly a point where I didn't know what it looked like.
Galen, Americano? Hey, thanks so much. Have a great day. Yes, sir. Breve.
People were afraid that we weren't going to have a summer season at all. And I talked to retailers who said that Memorial Day weekend was bigger than any Memorial Day weekend they've ever experienced here. And you can just see it in the number of people on the streets, the traffic through town. That was a lifesaver, I think, for the economy.
Once we were able to reopen, we had customers, and it slowly built until Memorial Day. And then it was just lots of people all the time. We actually had to hire more staff than we thought we would need. We thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, in the sense that we didn't know what kind of business we'd have. It turns out we had a lot of visitors, had a lot of customers.
It was the community support that really made the difference, and it was also the community support that you could count on. And be mindful of your distance towards folks. Hand sanitizer for you right there. And let us know if you need any help finding anything.
I think that in some ways we've been very fortunate. Really grateful that we live in a community that is so supportive and that really works to kind of help support everybody through a challenging time.
When the locals realized that the merchants needed help, they really stepped up. I heard lots of stories of that. People buying gift cards from the restaurants, even if they weren't going to eat anything just yet, but I'll buy it and give it to my friends.
Particularly at the worst of it, people would come and shop here, or they'd come and buy gift cards here, but they had already hit, 10 other businesses in town and had their gift certificates from those businesses. It's a result of just like the social fabric that makes up Sisters.
One of the things that this pandemic has reinforced for me, it's not a new lesson, but it's really reinforced, is how important it is to focus on your local community, supporting each other. That has a larger effect in society. You don't fix the social fabric, the tears in the social fabric, by who you elect to national office. You repair and maintain that social fabric one stitch at a time in your local community.
I mean, the hardest part is charting a course forward that makes sense. There have been different phases of this whole journey, and this is going to be a really distinct new chapter. And heading into fall and headed into winter, and how can we create a sense of community here, and we'll get through it no matter what. And I think that's what the last few months have taught us, is we'll get through it.